Let's take a closer look at the Master Edition of Knights of the Old Republic from Limited Run Games. Varykino, living the Star Wars life. Hello there, and thanks for visiting the Varykino YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be taking a closer look at the Master Edition of the video game Knights of the Old Republic from Limited Run Games. This has been a long wait. This one was originally up for pre-order in late 2021 and it is finally here. So I am a big fan of this video game. I've played it countless times, spent many hours playing all the different scenarios, the different ways that you can sort of control the storyline. And I am so excited to see that it is finally getting some really cool collectibles. If you check out our other videos, I recently unboxed the Bastila gallery statue from Gentle Giant. I absolutely love it. And lo and behold, this one finally arrived after a long wait. So I'm very excited to get stuck in. This is my first sort of proper Limited Run Games box set. I did get the Calcestis box set with the lightsaber for the recent Jedi Survivor, but that one was a little different. It just had the one collectible. The Master Edition of this game includes a whole collection of collectibles that I'm very excited to finally get my first-hand look at it. So it arrived nice and safe. One thing that I've noticed with the lightsaber and this package was that inside the box, the corners were protected with plastic sort of edges like this to protect it during shipping, something I really like. I am quite fond of keeping the packaging for items such as this. You know, it really does look nice to put on a shelf. I love this graphic here. So very glad that the corners were well protected for shipping, especially as an international fan. These boxes have a long way to travel to get to me. Also inside the shipping box was this sort of collectible trading card from Limited Run Games. It says Series 3, number 51, and it says Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, and it has this cool silver foil limited run sort of stamp here in the corner, and it's got just sort of some small copyright. And of course it has Darth Malak there on the front. Very cool. Just a little addition to kind of note the collectible nature of this box. So I'm very excited. I'm gonna get some scissors, get the plastic off, and we'll take a closer look at the packaging and then open it up. So I'm always nervous about getting into these things. You know, I don't want to accidentally cut into the cardboard. So there's a little bit of a gap in here. I'm just gonna see if I can get my scissors in there and carefully make a break in this plastic. We'll see how well this comes off. And get that. Once you get it going, it should come off nice and cleanly. Cool. Okay. I'm getting a little look at the packaging here as I spin it around to get this plastic all the way off. There we go. Cool. I'll get my scissors out of the way. We can take a look at the packaging with that plastic out of the way. So of course we have this fantastic art of Darth Malak on the front with the classic Knights of the Old Republic logo and Lucasfilm Games, which is a more modern, you know, sort of thing. Back in the old days, we had things like LucasArts and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting that we've got this sort of modern logo there. We have Knights of the Old Republic on the side and the Limited Run logo there. And then we have sort of an interesting graphic here with some screenshots from the game. And then it says Master Edition, and it runs through the list of what's included. Up here it says choose your path. We've got a little bit of a sort of a blurb about the video game itself. It is 4,000 years before the Galactic Empire, and hundreds of Jedi Knights have fallen in battle against the ruthless Sith. You are the last hope of the Jedi Order. Can you master the awesome power of the Force on your quest to save the Republic, or will you fall to the lure of the dark side? Hero or villain, savior or conqueror, you alone will determine the destiny of the entire galaxy. So if you haven't played Knights of the Old Republic or you don't know the main storyline, I won't spoil it for you, because I know there's a little bit of a resurgence of Knights of the Old Republic. You know, there's all these rumors and teasers about a remake of it. So if you haven't played it, I don't want to spoil it for you, because the storytelling is really one of those things that you do want to sort of experience firsthand. So in this Master Edition, we can see in this very small text, it has a list of things that includes, this is a physical copy of the PC version. It was also available in other formats for consoles. We have a USB drive, a foil box, a pin, a coin, art cards, lithographs, poster, strategy guide, mini lightsaber hilts, a little vibroblade, and a replica Pazak set. So lots of goodies in there. To be honest, I was a little surprised at the size of the box. I haven't gotten one of these sort of master editions before, so I wasn't sure how big it was. My only reference was the Cal Kestis lightsaber, which, you know, a lightsaber is a physically big object. It came in quite a large size box, despite the fact there was just the one collectible in there alongside the game. And so I'm very, very keen to get stuck in. I'm just admiring the packaging. It looks so nice. I'm glad that this box arrived nice and safely and well protected because I love this packaging. I'm going to put it on my shelf with all my bits and pieces. So let's dive in and see how this is all packaged and see how easily it is to get everything out. So we can kind of see we've got some things. This looks like the big box of the game, and then we've got a plastic tray. Okay, so we have, this is sort of like the gold foil version of the game. And we've got that graphic of Darth Revan's mask there on the front. That is really, really cool. And we've got sort of the opening crawl there for the video game on the back. That looks amazing. And then inside, we've got a plastic tray with a whole lot of the internal collectibles. So I'm going to put this fabulous box off to one side so I don't wreck it because I love this thing. That very cool Malik shot there. Okay, so we have just cardboard slipcase, I guess, to hold this stuff in the front. Okay, the first things I can see are these little lightsaber hilts, and I can't see how they're fixed in. Okay, we've got the Pazak card set there, all sealed in plastic, limited run. It's got copyright 2022, Lucasfilm, Star Wars, all of that kind of stuff there on there. Very cool. Okay, so just going to see, yeah, we have got some sellotape here as well. So I'm just going to, it's all very well packaged. I'm liking this. It's not, I was worried that things might be shifting around a bit during shipping. Everything looks like it's very well thought out with how it's packaged in here. Okay, we've got some cards here at the bottom. And I'm just going to see how these lightsabers are fixed in here. And they're kind of set in here quite firmly. There's just a little bit of a plastic lip keeping them in there. I'm going to have to figure out how to get this one out. That one's really pushed in there. I really want to get this one out. Oh, golly, that's really, okay. I'm going to have to do a little bit of pushing on the plastic to get that in there. There's a lip here that's really stopping that one from coming out. And I'm not quite sure. This is actually fairly sturdy plastic. I'm used to the Hasbro bubbles for things like Black Series and that. I'm just going to have to put that one to the side. And I'm going to have to pop that one out in a minute because that one's in there quite sturdily. But we can see the hilts here. If you don't recognize it, these are the two hilts from the character Darth Revan. They have different styles. They hold two lightsabers. And this one is probably the more simpler of the two. The other one is sort of more of the classic spiked one. I'll get that one out in a minute. I just want to get out this, which I believe is the strategy guide. This is a big book. That's really cool. You know, back in the day, you had to sort of, you know, dig around on the internet if you got really stuck in one section of the video game. I'm keen to flick through this. Again, I won't show too much detail in case you don't want to be spoiled by the gameplay. But, okay, cool. So this is, and I'm wondering, this one's going to be hard to get out as well because I can see those lips. Oh my gosh. I really don't want to have to cut my plastic trays, but I think I'm going to have to. I really don't want to break this. There was a little bit of a delay with this particular piece. I know as an update to my order. Let's see if I can get this out. Come on. It was originally going to be a metal letter opener on a cardboard stand, and I think they decided that they didn't want people running around with a tiny little Star Wars weapon. There we go. And so it's fused onto a metal stand. So we got an upgrade to a metal stand rather than a cardboard stand, but it is fixed on this. It's kind of glued in there, so you can't take it out. So no more sort of running around at school with this little sharp blade. So it's not really a letter opener anymore. It is a decorative vibro blade, but that is so cool. Obviously, as you start in the game, you get sort of basic weapons, bladed weapons. I spent many hours running around Terrace with weapons like this, leveling up my character. It's so nostalgic seeing this as a collectible. That's really cool. Okay, so I got that one out. Let's give this lightsaber another try. Honestly, these things are hurting my fingers trying to get them out. I wonder if pushing from the back will help. Let's see. Getting a bit of movement here. There we go. Wow, okay, that was really in there. Solid. So of course, this is the very well-known lightsaber that Darth Revan uses. If you play the sort of follow-up MMORPG Star Wars The Old Republic, you can use this weapon in the game. You can, there's several different versions of it that you can get. So your character can run around with this lightsaber, and this one as well. I really love seeing this all together. So there are a few pieces that I haven't come across yet that I believe are in this box. So let's open up this one and see what this box contains. So this one is wrapped up in foil as well. I'm going to see if I can find a little bit of an edge here to get my scissors in, all the while being very careful of those cards there so I don't damage those. So let's get, being very careful because I hate this part. Okay, we're into the cellophane and we can get a cool look at that opening crawl there from the game. I love the fact that Star Wars video games often have this crawl as well, sort of a bit of a lead-in to the sort of the state of the galaxy before the game starts. So we can see this one has got all this gold foil on it. Very cool. We've got the limited run logo there, Lucasfilm Games. That is just absolutely fantastic. I love the foil there. It looks pretty well protected. I'm not seeing any major dings on the corners or anything like that. And we have this cool sort of Star Forge symbol on the bottom from the video game. So I'm going to open this one up and see what's inside here. And okay, so lots of boxes and pieces. I'm going to pop them around so I can see. So we have a certificate of authenticity. This is the limited collector's edition. So if you could buy the slightly smaller, cheaper version, which was this box. You got the master's edition, you got this version and all this extra stuff. So you can see this one is stamped with an edition number there out of 2,850 with this cool sort of textured paper there. Very cool. So inside we have, you know, as the name would suggest, a limited run of a physical game. This is the PC version. I've owned the PC version for many years since it came out all those years ago. So this is commemorative for me. I don't really need this, but it is fun for people that have not been able to sort of find this at their local store and have like a version on Steam. So you can have a version for your collectible shelf. Okay, so we've got a bunch of bits and pieces. We have the sort of the book that would have come with the original game. And we've got, a whole bunch of cards in here. Okay, let's have a look at this. We've got lots of stuff here. We've got some character cards. We've got the HK-47. We've got a Sith Trooper. We have the concept art for Bastila Shan in there. We also have, this is a poster. I'll see if I can fold this out very carefully. I'm always a little bit disappointed that posters are, we can see this is the concept art for Darth Malak, and then we have the classic game poster on the other side. I'm always a little bit disappointed when posters are folded they never look quite as good. You can see the kind of the weathering along that edge. That's going to be visible if I put that up on my wall, which is a little bit of a shame, but I realize the packaging like this, they're not really, not going to have a space for a poster tube, but I would prefer if it wasn't folded, but nonetheless, very cool to have. We have a coin here, which has the Star Fortress logo there. And I'm not quite sure what this symbol is. I'll have to look that one up. It's escaping me right now, but it's got the Lucasfilm copyright on it. Very cool there. This box keeps falling over, stay. Okay, and we've also got some other bits in here. I'm not actually sure how to get this one out. Okay, where's this connected? Okay, we've got a little bit of a, oh, okay. So in here we have, this is like a data spike. We use these in the video game. This one is, I believe it's a USB. I'm just going to open it up and take a closer look. So it's like a rubber, yeah, a rubber USB that kind of looks like, so you can sort of like hack into your laptop or whatever. That's kind of fun. It's obviously rubber, it's all sort of flexible, but it does look like the item in the game. That's kind of fun. Little memento there. And this is a pin of the main ship that you as the player have in the game, the Ebon Hawk, which obviously is kind of inspired by the Millennium Falcon. It's sort of a roundish ship, but that is really cool. It's a classic ship. I wish there was more collectibles, you know, action figure scale versions of this ship. It is really cool. I like this. It's not too heavy. It's quite a wearable pin. I was expecting perhaps it to be a little thicker, but I like the weight of this. That's going to be easily wearable, and it has 2 pins on the back, so you can make sure that it's not going to spin when you wear it. So I think that is it for what's in that box. I don't think there's anything else in this one. I'm just going to have a look at the cards over here. We have a couple of sort of concept art. This is noted as Knights of the Old Republic Concept Art City 06. And this one is a Landscape 02. And this one is Planet 06, which I recognize this one. I won't give any spoilers. That's quite fun. They're on this sort of lovely textured paper. I think that they would look really cool if you framed all 3 of them together. That looks really nice there. So last, I'm just going to open up the big guide because I want to kind of see what the printing is like. I've got packaging everywhere now, and I'm hoping I can get a corner here to get my scissors in to get this plastic off. This is the nerve-wracking part. Okay, let's see. Don't want to snip it because it's paper. Okay, got a little bit of an edge here. Okay, here we go. This is a fantastic hardcover book. So it'll stand up to you know, referencing while you play the game. Back in my day, I used to have this notebook with all my notes for solving different puzzles and different things that I wanted to remember on subsequent playthroughs. We've got, again, Darth Malak and this lovely gold accenting there, Master Edition Strategy Guide. So we've got a cool repeating pattern in here. And this is full color, glossy pages. Wow, this is amazing. This is everything that you want to know. Wow, okay, I'm going to spend a lot of time reading through this. This is just full nostalgia for anybody that's played the game. This is fantastic. I know that in the past that they had, you know, a lot of video games you could buy the guide separately. I never bought the guide. This sort of stuff was hard to find in New Zealand. I didn't have the guide. I figured things out through my many hours of play, but that's really cool. And then it's got all your sort of stats and things like that that you can do to build up your character in the game. And then we have that logo there in gold on the back. Wow, that is a fantastic collection of stuff. Okay, I think I might just open up the Pizark deck. I want to see these cards. It's like the possibly, you know, more well-known Sabak, you know, basically a Star Wars version of, you know, Blackjack or something like that, you know. How am I going to get into this? It's also tightly sealed. I'm trying to get in because I want to see these cards, because I played this sort of mini game inside the game a lot. It was fun and something that I think is a big nostalgia hit for anyone that's played this game. So that wasn't too hard to get in. Let's see. Okay, let's have a look at the cards. Okay, oh, there's another one in there. This is really cool. So it doesn't look like it has instructions here. I'll have to, you know, look around online and see, just to refresh my memory on how to play. I think it is, if memory serves, very similar to sort of like, you know, 21. We've got some minuses in there as well, and some pluses. It's got this lovely texture to it. They feel like quite high quality cards. I don't know if the texture is showing up on camera there. They feel really nice, and they have, oh, this one's been ripped. That's a shame. Oh, the one on the back has been ripped. That's a little bit of a shame. I don't know if that was me. I don't see the corner in there, but otherwise, I mean, if I'm going to play with it, they will get a little bit handled, but most of the cards look like they are pretty good condition. Just that last one, unfortunately, which is just a standard 1 card. It's the most common card there. So I'm going to look up how to play. I believe the Master Edition for Knights of the Old Republic 2 it comes with a playing mat, so that you can sort of play the game with sort of like a whole surface there. That's very cool. So all up, we have a couple of character cards using concept from when the game was sort of, you know, first announced. I used to have this one as basically, this was my online avatar for absolutely years and years on Star Wars forums. I loved this concept art of Bastila. It is so nostalgic for me. Then we have the original book that came with the game in its physical disc form, which is so fun seeing this again. We've got a pin, the USB stick, we have the mini lightsabers, which is just so cool. Like, I know they're pretty small, but honestly, these things are just, I love them so much. And then we've got that coin medallion, our vibro sword on stand. That is so cool. Then we've got our concept art cards, the collectible trading card. We've got the certificate of authenticity there. We've got the poster, the foil box for this, for the sort of premium version in the game, and the big box, and that fabulous book. So many goodies here. I can't even fit it all in the shot. There's just so much here. I'm gonna take closer up photos of everything so I can sort of show it all well. This was so fun getting to see it all in person. I'm going to be spending so much time going through all of the bits and pieces. I'm going to sit down and refresh my mind on how to play Pizark, because, you know, that is so cool. Having an actually branded deck, that's very, very cool. I know there's been fan versions done over the years. That massive book with all the guides in there, that is just absolutely amazing. It totally beats my handwritten notebook of all my notes on how to sort of, my favorite way to do things and quests and puzzle answers and things like that. That is just super cool. And we can see that it is copyright 2022 Aspire Media, and we've also got Lucasfilm Games and Limited Run, and we've got like a full strategy guide sort of credits there with all the people that have worked on it. That is really, really cool. Fabulous addition to my bookshelf. Awesome. I love just the gold on everything is really, really nice. And we've got that big box. Awesome stuff. Small shame of that one card with the ripped corner, but honestly, that's the only thing that I notice here that's perhaps not mint. Would have been nice if the posters were rolled somehow, but I understand the size of this, it doesn't fit into the box. Me as a fan of Knights of the Old Republic, I really want to track down just a proper reprint or something like that of this, not folded, so I can sort of frame it or put something on my wall. Probably won't put this one on my wall, but it's a fun sort of addition with that classic poster art, and has the credits here is just the names of the characters, which is quite fun. Introducing Darth Malik. I thought that was a fun touch there. And we've got symbols and stuff like that, and the copyright information, 2021 limited run, Lucasfilm Games, all of that fun stuff there. Interesting that a lot of this doesn't actually include BioWare's branding. BioWare being the game company that produced the original game. It doesn't feature on this a lot. It's just mostly Lucasfilm Games. And even on this copy, it doesn't actually feature, it just says Lucasfilm Games everywhere. It doesn't actually say BioWare on it, which is kind of interesting. It'll be, obviously the limited run notes that this is not an original version of the game. But that's kind of interesting that BioWare doesn't really feature on this much. But anyway, I'll have lots of photos of everything. I'll probably put some up here so you can see it all spread out. Because generally the only pictures we had of the contents of this box was a promotional image on the actual website for limited run games, and it was just kind of renders of everything, so you weren't really sure how big the stuff was going to be, what it really was going to really look like in person, but it's really fun to see everything here. And this is just making my heart sing as a massive fan of Knights of the Old Republic. I'm glad that this game is still getting love, so many years later. This thing came out in like 2003. I played it just non-stop when I got my hands on the PC version of it, which came out a little later after the original Xbox version. I played it over and over and over. And I just absolutely love it. I wish that this sort of stuff existed back then, but nevertheless it exists now and I have it in my collection. So I'll add this to my Knights of the Old Republic collection. I've got, bits and pieces like that new Bastila statue that I'm absolutely in love with. Got some pieces of Darth Malik, and now I have all of this. I'm very, very happy. This is making my heart sing. It is so, so very exciting. If you are a fan of limited run games and their products, let me know which ones you have, because I know that they have done many Star Wars games before, but this is my first one, because this was my OG Star Wars game that I played over and over and over. So this is my first one, and I do have the sequel, Knights of the Old Republic 2 Master Edition, on pre-order as well. I have no idea when that one will ship, but I'm very excited to add that one alongside this one, so I have the set. So a very, very exciting mail day. I love this stuff so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was informative. I know this is sold out, but if you missed out, do keep an eye on limited runs, because they do some really cool editions of Star Wars stuff on an ongoing basis. So, and maybe some of these will show up on the secondary market, because they do sell out. I'm sure that some people buy several copies so that they can put them up on eBay to offset the cost of their order. But anyway, very, very exciting. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next video. And as always, may the Force be with you. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, check out our other videos, and subscribe for alerts about new uploads. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.